We are here after a fantastic show of WWE Women's Evolution of 2025. Arguably could be the best, or is the best show of WWE's PLEs in the entire year. This show was truly amazing from start to finish, and these women killed it. I am so happy for all of these women to showcase women's wrestling and showcase why the women have been cooking year in and year in out. They have been killing it every single time, and honestly, I want to see more women on WWE television getting more time, getting more screen time. So many of these women are so freaking talented and deserve more time, and they should showcase why they deserve that time. I do need though, we need a Women's Evolution 3. Do it every year or every other year. We need another Women's Evolution because the women kill it and they deserve it. Before we get into my review video of Women's Evolution, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel. And hey, remember too, I have a second channel and a Twitch in the description, so remember to check that all out if you're interested. Let's get back into the WWE Evolution review. First match we get into is the IC triple threat of Becky Lynch, Lyra, Carrier, and Bayley. And this match was freaking awesome. You already had three of the good in-ring workers at Becky, Bayley, and Lyra, who are amazing. We've seen matches of single matches between each other, Becky, Bayley being great, Becky, Lyra being great, Bayley, Lyra being great. We all knew this match going in was going to be great, or even the match of the year contender, and I feel like they have a case for that. This match was awesome. I feel like it highlighted every single woman well. Lyra got her parts of showcasing herself in the match on why she's great. Bayley got the same thing. Becky got the same thing. Them taking each other out and then facing each other, going back and forth. Everyone hitting their finishers. It was just a very great back and forth match, and these women have phenomenal chemistry with each other, with a great backing of their building of their feud leading into this match, and then leading a great match together, and then the whole ending sequence too, where Bayley's about to get the win, and then Becky comes in and sneaks in, backslide, and it gets the pin over Bayley and retains her championship in a dirty kind of heel way, which I thought was perfect, because I figured Becky was going to retain soon. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow this feud continues. Maybe, I don't know, we have to see how that goes with that, but I feel like all three women showcased themselves amazingly in this match, and they did a phenomenal job in this match, and showcased why every single one of them was great, and the crowd helped this match so much even more. It made it seem so much bigger because the fans were loving and enjoying this match, and it was all just truly perfect. And this match truly was an amazing match. All three women killed it out there. But congrats to Becky Lynch to retaining her Women's Intercontinental Championship. Then we get into the NXT Women's Championship match of Jordynne Grace with the champion Jacy Jayne. To me, this match was fun. I enjoyed this match, and I figured, to me, this match was fun. I thought it was a good match. Of course, Jordynne Grace is always going to be great in every match, and I feel like Jacy Jayne is actually really good too, and I feel like people are slowly starting to see that, which is great, because Jacy Jayne is actually underrated. She's actually really good when it comes to wrestling. I really enjoyed this match. I liked that both sides got offense. It wasn't just Jordynne Grace dominating throughout the whole match. Both of them got to look strong throughout the match, and both got to play through well. And I thought it looked good for both women in this match. But we all know during this match, even though the match was going on, we know some shenanigans was going to happen with Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence started to get involved. Then we had Blake Marone, who took out Jasmine Nix, had the title, like hit her with the title in the back, and Blake Marone heel turn is finally, because Blake Marone, yeah, she's a good babyface, but she is way better as a heel, and I honestly am very excited for it, because yeah, we got the couple weeks of the pop up, oh, babyface, Blake Marone, oh, she's here, cool, whatever, but now we got what Blake Marone really is, a good heel, and I'm so excited for that. And plus too, getting a Jordynne Grace and Blake Marone feud, that feud is gonna cook. There's gonna be some great matches out of that, and then also too, it keeps Jacy Jayne as champion, which I'm so happy for her, because she's not a traditional champion, and they're presenting her well as a champion, and getting title defenses, and getting to keep the title, so I'm so happy for that. And they're presenting Jacy Jayne well, and giving her a good trajectory, so when she loses the title, she'll still look good. She eventually will probably get called up to the main roster. But overall, Jordynne Grace and Jacy Jayne had a fun match, and I'm very interested to see where things go for their future for the both of them. But either way, congrats to Jacy Jayne retaining her Women's NXT Championship. Then we get into the Women's Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions of Zarya Soruka, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi Sane, and Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. This match could have went off the rails, it would have been bad. But I feel like it was a great, fun, controlled chaos, and I feel like it highlighted everybody well in this match. You got, showcasing Roxanne and Raquel, them getting closer and better as a team and showcasing them. You had the building of the partnership of Alexa and Charlotte. Charlotte actually getting cheers and stuff, and actually this is the most interesting Charlotte Flair has been in a very long time, which I'm great, because her being outside of the title picture and showing more of just who Charlotte Flair is as a person, and having this relationship, this story with Alexa Bliss has really helped her out so much, and I'm hoping this will continue to help build her and build a more connection with the fans. People will enjoy and love her more instead of hating on her, and maybe then she can have that connection with the fans and won't be as hated, and people will truly want to see her. And I feel like they're making the right steps to do that. I feel like those two look good to showcase themselves well in that partnership. And then Zara Soroka, of course, is always going to be great. Zara looking great as the powerhouse that she is, and Soroka able to showcase herself once again from SmackDown to this match, showcasing right when the eventually get caught up. She's going to be a major player in that women's division. She's so great. Seeing her Soul Snatcher was freaking great in this match. Always seeing that move is amazing. And also to getting to highlight her throughout different moves and spots to the match was great. And of course the Kabuki Wars as well. Asuka was looking great. She has been on a roll since she's returned, of looking very good in her matches. Kairi Sane was looking great with all the back and forths and the team ups of her and Asuka going back and forth with some of the people in the match. And even though it was chaos, it all flowed very well and did very, very great in this match. And I thought everything even played well until the finish of the match when it got towards the end. Before you had it where, Zara was about to spear Alexa Bliss, and then Charlotte Flair pulls her out the way, and then accidentally spears Soul, and that's where, Raquel and Roxanne come in, clear house, take out Alexa, to take out Charlotte, to take out Zarya and Soul out of the ring, and then Raquel hit a Tiana bomb and pins her 1, 2, 3, and they retain their tag titles. Which at first I thought it was great that they did that little moment between Charlotte and Alexa, because that builds more to their story of them slowly becoming friends and seeing what that's gonna tell. And I feel like that was a great moment of story building between the two, and also too building up. But also too, I feel like this was great for Roxanne and Raquel, because it made them look dominant throughout the match, made them look strong. And it's great too because since Liv Morgan's not here, they have to rush and build this partnership. So it looks good for both women, building this partnership and making them look strong and building up that chemistry throughout the matches. And I felt like that was a great thing and showcased them well. I felt like it was the right move for them to retain the tag title. And so I felt like all of that was great on what they did. But overall, all these women looked great in this match. They killed it in this match. I thought it was a very, very fun match. I really enjoyed it. But congrats to Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez for retaining the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Then we get into Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. And to me, honestly, this was a fun match. I thought this match wasn't going to be the best going in. It was surprisingly very, very good. These two women killed it out there. Even though this match should have happened a while back, this match was great. Trish Stratus looking great because she hasn't missed a step or even looks better than she did in her past. Looking great in this ring. And I feel like she gave Tiffany, could say her best title defense match in her entire title reign. I felt like Tiffany looked good. I'm surprised how they gave Trish more of the offense, which was crazy. But also too, Tiffany hit out here hitting new moves of like a suplex, like bag breaker, something like a Roderick Strong type move, which was cool to see. And then like them just going back and forth, hitting moves back and forth that was so into it. The crowd was loving it, which was so great. Trish Stratus out here hitting moonsaults. I never thought I would see the day of that. And then of course, Tiffany finally hitting the prettiest moonsault, retaining her championship. I had low expectations coming into this, and they blew them up. You did a great job in this match. Congrats to Tiffany Stratton for retaining her WWE Women's Championship. Then we get into Jade Cargill versus Naomi in a no-holds-barred match with Bianca Belair being the special guest referee. And to me, this match was fun. I feel like to me this match was a bit short in my personal opinion. I still like it was a bit fun. I feel like some of the spots were fun in here. Naomi getting more of the dominant throughout the match. And I feel like they both got their moments of being able to showcase well. I like that they were fighting and using different weapons, going through tables, Jade going through one table, Jade hitting Naomi with a chain, freaking Jade taking a person's camera and just hitting Naomi with it, which I thought was funny. And then I saw another spot too where freaking Naomi kicked Jade its head into a TV, which was kind of crazy spot. And I thought all of this was good. And then I had to go to the ending part where Naomi is getting the offense off of Jade, puts Jade on the table, puts a chair on her, tries to go up the top rope, and then Jade gets up. It's an avalanche Jaded through the table, 1, 2, 3, wins the match. I thought it was cool. I just don't kind of like how Jade just got up out of nowhere after getting hit with an onslaught offense from Naomi. I thought I didn't really like that. And to me, the match felt very short in my personal opinion. And I didn't like how Bianca was just kind of there. Like, she didn't really kind of add anything to the match. I thought her being the special guest referee was really going to add something to this match, but it really didn't. But either way, I thought the spot of ending of an avalanche Jaded through a table, which was really cool. And I feel like too, it still makes Jade look good though for her getting a win, because it's pretty obvious she was going to win, because she has to win going into her match with Tiffany at SummerSlam, which makes things way more interesting, because of what happened on Naomi cashing in on the main event makes Tiffany and Jade at SummerSlam way more interesting to see of who is actually going to win that match. Outside of everything, I feel like both women did a great job, and I could say maybe this might be Jade's maybe best or her top 3 performances of matches since being in the WWE. So either way, I think the women did a good job out there either way. Congrats to Jade Cargill for getting the win. Then we get to the Women's Evolution Battle Royal. This match was fun. I feel like it was a lot of chaos, but it was still fun. I don't like how they just threw up Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame so quickly. I thought that was kind of crazy. I get that they want to give Nia Jax those spots of eliminating everybody, but to me that was kind of crazy. And yeah, the other spots too were like, it was crazy. Like Julie was beating the crap out of Nikki Bella and giving her no offense, which is crazy. I love the back and forth between Stephanie and Julie and them going back to their feud, and I definitely feel like someday or later we're gonna run back that feud between each other, which is going to be great when it happens. But also to get people kind of mixed on how Julie got out. I wish she was in there a bit longer to showcase, because she's the champion, even though she should have been having a title defense here. It was whatever. But gets pushed out by Zelina, which is probably looks like they're gonna continue that feud, which I don't know if Zelina's a heel now or something. I don't know. But also too, I feel like it was great for at least some of the NXT talent. Jada Parker got to look strong in this match, get some eliminations. Kalani Jordan got this cool spot where Nia Jax threw her out the ring, but got caught by Izzy and Tatum. Was on the table with her athletic background. She did like a handstand back to the ring and was able to get back in there. And also too, I thought it was great too that Lash in her hometown got to be about to be in the final 3 and got to be presented super strong. He got to present it super well in this battle royal. I am so happy for that for Lash, because she deserves that moment. Shows me that she has a lot of success coming in her future in the WWE. So I'm so happy Lash got that moment. And also too, Lola got some cool moments, because there's some stuff with Nikki Bella and help her out. So that she got her moment too was pretty cool. But I also think it was pretty cool too, the whole theme of the match too, that the Secret Hervers and Chelsea were kind of like a big dominating threat throughout the match, that they were the one controlling the match. But overall, outside of everything, we get towards the end where, they take out Nia Jax. Slash and Stephanie is the final 2. They're going a little bit back and forth. They go over the top rope. They're on the apron. Stephanie hits a devil's kiss and knocks Lash Legend out of the ring. And I thought that was a unique way to do it. And honestly, even though it was pretty obvious she was going to win, I thought it was a great and perfect choice of Stephanie Vaquer winning. And I love the promo that she got afterwards of saying, a women's wrestling, this is a history-making moment, and, her English isn't her first language, and about how wrestling is her passion, wrestling is her number 1, wrestling is her love. I thought that was all great to give her that moment. I felt like that promo afterwards and stuff with Stephanie McMahon, I thought that was all great, and I feel like they did a right choice picking Stephanie Vaquer as the winner, because she is one of the futures of that women's division. I wouldn't even be surprised if she wins the Clash of the Pairs. We're going to have to see who's probably going to go after the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But either way, I am just so happy for Stephanie Vaquer, because I cannot wait to see what the future holds for her. But congrats to Stephanie Vaquer for winning the WWE Evolution Battle Royal. Then we get into the main event. Io Sky defending her Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. And oh my god, these women freaking killed it out there. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley have always had great matches in the past. They've always had. But this could be the contender, or could possibly say this is their best match to date. These women freaking killed it. We've seen great chemistry with them in their triple threat match and their past matches, and the triple threat match at WrestleMania with Bianca. So now this match was truly amazing. Both women got to highlight each other so well. They have amazing chemistry. Both women got to look strong and got moments of highlighting themselves. And also too, I love the story of throughout the match. Io Sky would get her momentum get going, Rhea get hers. Rhea Ripley would try to take out Io Sky would keep coming back, and Rhea started getting frustrated exaggerating, but there was still that respect between the two, and keep going back and forth, back and forth. I thought it was so great, highlighted each other well. Also too, then we also got a ref bump, which I'm surprised with all these ref bumps in main event, which is kind of crazy. Then also too, it was a drop kick, and I'm surprised the ref was out for that long. The ref bump, Rhea Ripley was able to hit a riptide and got that everlasting pin count when the ref's not there. Just still telling that story of that Rhea Ripley has never officially been able to beat Io Sky, which I feel like that might play into later on in more feuds. But I feel like there's a great touch of Io Sky still being that kryptonite against Rhea Ripley and still having the wins over Rhea. I think that was great that they keep that, because there's a lot of doubts going into this match, and there was a high chance that Rhea was going to win. I feel like it was a great thing that they kept that storyline continuing, but even though I thought it was still fun with them fighting in the outside, I feel like that was all great of them going back and forth on the outside. Even Io Sky jumping off of like crates of boxes and jumping on a crossbody over to Rhea. I thought that was a very cool little spot. Them going back and forth, and then them finally going back in all the ring, and then Io Sky finally hitting over the moonsault, and then like, oh my god, Io's actually about to retain, but Rhea Ripley kicks out. They had a Spanish fight, which was crazy, and then you hear Naomi's music, and you thought, oh, come on, one of those Triple H things, when they come out, they're gonna get interfered, it's whatever. Naomi actually comes in, cashes in her Money in the Bank, and actually cashes in. Naomi did it. She's actually the Women's World Championship, and I am so happy for her, because she deserves this. Naomi has been one of the greatest wrestlers and one of the most talented people ever, and she deserves this moment. She is the most hardest worker. She has been on a roll from her stuff in TNA to then being in WWE, turning heel and having an amazing heel. She deserves all of this, so I'm so happy for her. And to me, this was very unpredicted, just because, we all kind of thought that you were going to go the predictable route, which made sense though, which predictable is not bad, of going, cashing in on JD and Tiffany at SummerSlam, winning the title there and continuing it. But also too, it's a new twist, because we're already seeing, cashing on that title this year, cashing in on the other title when no one was expecting it, and she told everyone to proceed with caution. So I thought that was an amazing twist of doing things. SummerSlam more interesting, because maybe we might get something with Rhea Io versus Naomi at SummerSlam. I don't know, because they're both going to want to go after Naomi, because they were both in that championship match, both about to win that match, because it was a tied match. The match was already great, but adding that ending, a little twist, was so awesome and cool to see. And as much as I'm upset of how they booked Io Sky, and I'm sad that she's no longer champion, because Io Sky being champion was awesome. Either way, so freaking happy for Naomi. She deserves it. And Rhea Ripley and Io Sky freaking killed it in the match. They were freaking phenomenal. Delivered a match of the year contender, a 5-star match. That match was truly, truly awesome. But congrats to Naomi, new Women's World Champion. But overall, Evolution was a fun show, top to bottom. It was so much fun. Every single match was enjoyable. I had a blast watching this show. But either way, these are all my thoughts and reviews of this entire show, which was a freaking fantastic show. Let me know down in the comments, what is your thoughts and opinions over this and overall entire show, of all the winners and losers of the show. Hit the like and subscribe button. Check out all of my other socials down below, and you'll have to wait and see what will be the aftermath of WWE Women's Evolution of 2025. That's all for me, and I'll see you all in the next one.